Alrighty, better get started for the review. Hello?
Hi, wanna collab?
Wait, what the hectopus?
Hi, wanna collab?
I really don't think that's how a collab works.
Hun, it's a video. We can just do whatever.
Okay, fair enough. Laziest intro ever, but okay.
So, what you doing?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm technically doing a review of Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. You want to do a collab with me then?
Yes!
Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode. I'm Shiron91 and today we are going to be taking a look at another timeless classic, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. Now, based on my previous reaction from the last review, I know I can't do this game alone, so I have asked someone really close to me for a helping hand, and I'm sure he has a lot to say about this game.
Hello and aloha everyone, my name is Helix RushHeart, and I run Velvet Room Gaming on my channel. Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, or if you're in the PAL region, or in the European region, it would be known as Spyro 2, Gateway to Glimmer. What more can we say about this game than it's a mixed bag of happy exploration, frustrating treasure hunting, and the sadness of orb challenges. I'm looking at you, Cloud Temples and Mystic Marsh.
Hang on there, Helix. I think we should save that challenge for later. But first, let's talk about this game's development, shall we?
Yeah, true enough.
But after the success of the first game, everyone was sure a second sequel was around the corner, right?
Oh sure, the first Spyro game was a gem, so of course it would spark Insomniac to make a sequel. But I can definitely say this was a major improvement.
And they did improve. But why are we wasting our time talking about it? Let's both dive in as we play Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage for the PlayStation 1.
Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, or Gateway to Glimmer, is, as I would like to call, a mixed bag, but its development was nothing short of a lovely stairway to heaven. This game's graphics were up to snuff and boosted the enemy's detail. The use of killing enemies and using spirit particles to activate power gates was awesome.
This lovely Stairway to Heaven, as Helix gives its perfect title to, is a platformer game that was released in 1999, and it was considered to be heavily acclaimed as one of the greatest games out there. It may sound like a stretch, but we love this game, shut up. And everybody else did too, with GameStop giving it an 8.6 out of 10, and IGN giving it an 8.8 out of 10. And a very interesting fact about the release dates, the Spyro series was literally released 1 year later, just like how the Crash Bandicoot series was.
Coincidence? I think not!
Spyro has been kicking it with his basic abilities, but that too was improved with the fact that Spyro discarded the drop down butt bomb move with his hover ability. Even the graphics on his flames are like an angel's kiss. Even the levels were improved with the design and platforming puzzles, and the enemies were given more variety.
And speaking of the levels, each and every one of them is very memorable, especially with the brand new world, Avalar, aka the central hub world of the game. There are three types in particular: Summer Forest, Autumn Plains, and Winter Tundra. Each and every single one of these hub worlds all have wonderful worlds with them. And not only that, but the visuals really make them stand out. From its beautiful lush green leaves of the trees in Summer Forest, to the majesty of the falling amber leaves from the Autumn Plains, and even to the beautiful snowy areas of the Winter Tundra. I think the hub worlds, in my opinion, are extremely beautiful. My personal favorite has to be It's kinda hard to choose, but I'd love to go to Summer Forest. What about you, Helix?
Well, I'm not going to lie. The visuals are exquisite, as some of the levels like Hurricos with its rainy ambiance and mechanical structure, Skelos Badlands with its caveman-like realm, and Metropolis with its future gorgeosity, as it keeps the future motif pretty well. But in the end of the day, I love Winter Tundra as a hub world. It makes you feel like you want to roast some marshmallows on an open fire. On the third degree, even to most Spyro fans, this is a sin, Fractured Hills. I love the bagpipes and the fact I love a challenge.
Helix, save that for later too, please. We'll get to that soon enough. But I can definitely agree with you that all of the worlds and different places are amazing. What about the presentation of the game? Is that something to write home about? The short answer for that, yes. The story of this game is pretty simple. It's not going up against Gnasty Gnorg, oh no. The artisan home is raining, and Spyro decides to go on a vacation to Dragon Shores. But, unbeknownst to them, they get forced into a different world, known as Glimmer, one of the home worlds of Avalar, where we meet up with some goat lady.
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry. And she explains absolutely nothing. On the first level, you have to get through that level in order to get the full story of it all.
And it's not only Miss Goat Woman.
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry. But we also get introduced to the most annoying feeling in the world, and...
Oh no. You don't mean...
Yes, I do mean him. Hunter, along with the Four Eyes himself, the Professor, and even a bit of a snobbish fairy named Zoe. And... Moneybags.
Oh my god. Do you think maybe we should save that for later too?
Yeah, we might want to save the fat bear for later.
And then we meet up with our antagonists of the game, Ripto, or as Spyro calls him, Shorty. And even though this villain only appeared in the game only once, he's surprisingly a very likable villain. I mean, not like I like this character a lot, but I like to hate his guts kind of character. He's so despicable, so short-tempered, and so cowardly he literally hired two big guards, Crush and Gulp. But even without them, Ripto's pretty good with magic, even though his aiming sucks. Seriously, you can't hit anything, Ripto!
I love the fact that the story gets more dark and gritty, because the fact that Ripto was trying to capture fairies and feed them to Gulp and take their magic was just dark. I even like the concept of collecting talismans to progress through the story. Even the inhabitants of the worlds and the indigenous creatures tell a story of the world of Avalar and what Ripto was doing to wreak havoc. Cause tell me honestly, do any of these enemies look like they really wanted to hurt us in the first place?
They honestly do look like they just wanted to be left alone. That would explain why that big lady from the first game slapped me so hard. Whoops. But I think it would be best if we save the enemies for the gameplay arc. We're still in the story arc after all. And like Helix said, it does get dark and gritty. Really is an interesting concept. But at least Spyro saves the fairy, so there's that. The gameplay itself is the same like the first one, but very much improved, with brand new moves that are very effective, and very beneficial to traveling to different parts of the world. Hovering, climbing ladders, head bashing, and... swimming underwater? Oh my god, he can actually swim! Excuse me, I'm going to go into my excitement dome and freak out on how amazing that Spyro can not only swim on top of water, but swim underwater.
Well, as Shiron said, it is a major improvement as we can finally do more with Spyro. Sure, even though the levels are compact somewhat, but there is no shortage of using your new abilities to traverse through Avalar and get the most annoying orbs that are out of the way in hard to reach places. What I like is the improvements on how you can use your new moves to even solve the most difficult tasks. Oh God, don't remind me of that!
Oh yes, the collectibles! How could we forget that? In the first game, you were only able to collect gems and dragon eggs that were stolen. Its sequel, however, replaces dragon eggs with orbs. And just like in the first game, the second game also hides gems and orbs in different places. Each and every one of them are very well hidden, and I like that a lot because it's like I'm forced to think outside of the box. Again. And I'm really glad, just like with the first game, this game doesn't treat you like you're stupid. It forces you to think.
The game doesn't treat you like you're stupid. You have a brain. Use it. Figure it out.
Yeah, what he said.
Sure, hunting for gems, orbs in the most random places, and collecting the talismans from the worlds. I even must say the talismans are very well thought out. Hercos was a gear, Magma Cone was a volcano, Shady Oasis was a magic lamp, and Fractured Hills was a pan flute. So in all, I love the designs of the talismans. I love looking at them just to enjoy how pretty they look. Even the first level, Glimmer, you get a golden pickaxe as a talisman. Zephyr, you get a bomb. Breeze Harbor, you get an anchor. Yes, they are visually likable, but some talismans are questionable and are just weird.
Well, at least we can say for one thing, the levels in some of the worlds are not weird looking. In the game, there are 14 talismans in Avalar. You can only get the talismans from Summer, Forest, and Autumn Plains. When you collect all 14 of them, you can use them to take out Ripto. But wait a minute, doesn't Winter Tundra have any talismans? No, they do not. Instead, they're replaced with orbs. Let me repeat that. Orbs! Like I said, they're not hard to find, but some are really hard to get. Also, another question has to fall on my lap. If we're trying to gather orbs to save the world, why in the world is everybody who is on our side, mind you, forcing us to do their chores in order to get them?
I would like to see what talismans looked like in Winter Tundra's homeworlds, but come on people, more orbs? What happened? Did your OCD fail to kick in? It's hard enough to snuff out the bloody things, but what I really don't get, and I do agree with you on this one, Shiron, why do we need to do your bloody chores, you bloody dingleberry, for talisman that we need?
In fact, some of the orbs that you find around the game are easy to find, but some are pretty hard to find and obtain too. And now, Helix, we're going to get into the real meat of this one. Now, some side games in particular are not bad, but there are some that are so dang frustrating to get through. I'm sure you know the ones.
Oh, don't start. We have the Alchemist Challenge in Fractured Hills, the Crystal Popcorn Challenge in Magma Cone, the Shell Bashing Challenge in Shady Oasis, the Gear Grinder Challenge in Hercos, and the Baby Turtle Challenge in Sunny Beach. Even as simple as a level like Robotica Farms is painfully annoying. Even Cloud Temples is annoying with getting orbs. I hate.
I think that explains everything. In short, some minigames are fun and some are not. Now, getting off the topic before Helix needs to go to the hospital for brain damage, I think there is one thing that could be said about each level. Every time you enter or leave a level, there are always a little cutscene for the beginning and for the end. Some of it is pretty cute and funny, and some of it is... really freaking brutal.
Well, I can actually agree. Some of the intros and outros to levels are funny, cute, weird, or as Shiron would put it, very brutal, but nonetheless, very fun to watch, if not entertaining. One of my favorites to watch are Breeze Harbor, Scorch, Zephyr, Hurricos, and Fractured Hills, because of the bagpipes. What, I can't like music from different countries?
I also like music from different countries. I love Celtic music.
But, that being said, the cinematics give us a very enjoyable experience.
Speaking of music from different countries, let's talk about the music in the game. Just like Spyro 1, Spyro 2 also has amazing work on music from the same person from the first game, Stuart Copeland. He once again brought back his wonderful talents to make the amazing music for the second game, and it is awesome! Also, Helix, didn't you say you play an instrument?
Yes, I do play. I actually play the bass guitar.
I personally believe you can explain about how amazing the music in this game is. Way better than I can.
The music is almost like you're going through a hypnotic state or visual therapy. It makes you believe that you're there. Some of the songs are just an amazing ambiance that it matches with the environment's motif. Some even have a lovely tribal rhythm, like in the first game. Plenty of reasons why Spyro was one of the few platforming games that brought me to the dance. Also, a little fun fact for those that are keeping track of the Reignited trilogy is that Stuart Copeland's original scores and MIDI files will be used for the music for the trilogy so that they can use different instruments. I was able to browse around and found an awesome reimagining of the Glimmer theme.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And just like with the first game, Stuart Copeland once again brought back the magic of the music. And what we've learned so far is that the remake will include the original soundtrack reimagined by Stuart himself. So once you defeat Ripto, collect all of the gems, and collect all of the orbs, Spyro can finally go to Dragon Shores. And Dragon Shores itself is actually a pretty cool level because there are no enemies. Because Dragon Shores is like a carnival. That sounds like fun. And instead of chasing down those blue thieves with big hats to get tokens, you get to earn tokens by playing minigames.
Yes, Dragon Shores. Reminds me of an amusement park next to the beach that is an hour away from me. Oh, anyway, in Dragon Shores you have some lovely attractions. You have the Dunk Tank, where you can take your revenge on some of the dingleberries that annoyed the living daylights out of you. The Tunnel of Love, self-explained. A roller coaster rail shooter, and a shooting gallery where you can blast enemies away with a super fireball blast. But the real creme de la creme is that not only after you're getting all the tokens and unlocking the theater, but you can also unlock an unlimited power flame next to the entrance. Oh yeah, oh yes, the fireball, the unlimited fireball.
Yeah, an unlimited power flame attack. It's not as interesting as the bonus ending you get from the first game, but you know what? I'll take it any day, I guess. Of course, the only condition with getting an unlimited power flame attack is that you have to collect every single gem and all of the orbs in order to unlock it. I actually have a better idea. Instead of just an unlimited flame attack, why don't we go with an unlimited flight to go with it?
Yes, the power flame and flight combo from Metropolis. But due to my dexterous nature and the fact that I'm a bit of a perfectionist, getting that power flame should be no problem. I never leave a gem behind. And I mean never.
But despite that weak 100% reward, it's at least better than just getting another ending from the first game, right?
Correct. For characters in the game, they updated the inhabitants of each world, but there is no shortage of emotion. Each character is very expressive.
Spyro in this game is still the heroic character and is still a boss in this game's lore. And Spyro is not alone, because he has friends in Avalar that will help him take out Ripto, the game's main antagonist, along with Crush and Gulp, his two clumsy goons.
Spyro's friends include the Professor, who seems to be losing it.
My pencil! Now I can begin calculating the age of the universe again. Here, take this orb. Allura says she thinks I'm going to lose it.
After the wild goose chase I went through to just get your pencil, I wouldn't blame her. Hunter, a fairy named Zoe, and a fawn named Allura. And then there was one person for who the life of me is my downfall, and who I would love to strangle.
Maybe it was just our imagination, Helix. Despite that, each of the characters have their own personalities, and they all balance off of each other really well. In fact, I think Hunter's character growth is really good. At the beginning of the game, he's a big scaredy cat who was afraid of his own shadow and worries too much. Then he becomes braver and even isn't afraid to get his paws dirty. And I can admit, it kind of felt forced, but whatever, right?
To be honest, Hunter as a character has its quirks. Like, he contradicted himself when he says he doesn't want to get his fur wet. But why do I get this odd feeling like each time that I chat with him, it sounds like he's trying to coax me? His voice and tone from time to time give slight faint hints.
Maybe he's hitting on you?
Wait, no, not. It's not like that.
Sure it's not.
Moving on.
Okay, so despite that weak 100% completion and the fact that the random character development of Hunter happened, I still like this game. And I'm pretty sure my collab partner would agree with me also. I mean, it's clear as day that this game had so much improvement. It had improved gameplay, improved minigames, improved story, improved everything. Just a little few tweaks were made into it, and we got this game. And this is personally one of my favorites of the bunch. And that's why my final rating for this game is once again a 5 out of 5 and is worth it, just like the first game. Second verse, same as the first. I love this game. Is there anything else I need to explain how wonderful this game is? I don't think so. But I'm pretty sure you do, Helix.
Of course, the game can be a bit challenging for a non-well-seasoned player, but if you can keep your wits about ya and remember to explore your surroundings, then I'm sure you can agree with us that Spyro 2 is worthy of being on the shelf with the rest. However, some of the minigames are a bit unfair, but look past all the annoying junk like the trolley challenge and the Romeo and Juliet challenge, and you get one of the best games to ever hit the earth.
The price for a physical copy, however, can be, like I said before, expensive. I was lucky to get mine so cheap off of eBay through an auction because Amazon and Luki games are pricey, but it does bear repeating. If you want to spend so much money for a physical copy, you're welcome to do so as you wish. It's your money, you can do whatever you want with it. But if you want another option that's cheaper, you can get it off of the PSN store for $9.99 for the PS3 system and for the PSP or PS Vita on the go, just like the first 3 games. I'm serious, buy it off the PSN store if you want them cheaper, but if you want to find a physical copy for less than 30 to 40 bucks, all I want to say is, good luck with that. You're going to need it. So if you see this game in a local flea market, or if you just find this game on the internet for a very good price, buy this game and enjoy the beauty of a platforming goodness that is Spyro 2: Ripto's Rage.
I still feel like we're forgetting about something. Nope, not till the third game.
Oh, we'll get to that soon. Real soon. Thank you all for watching. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell to notify you when your videos are coming out. Also, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Links are in the description below. Also, I want to give a big, huge thank you to Helix RushHeart for helping me do this video. It was a doozy to do alone.
Anytime you need me, I'll be around. anyway, if you all enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Shiron and show him some love. And if you are interested, I too have a gaming channel where I too give my thoughts on games. And if you want to follow me, just click on my information box on my channel, which I will also be in the description.
It's not long until September, and soon the game will be released for the public. But the question is, are you excited about it? I know we are. Let us know in the comments below. I'm Shiron91.
And I'm Helix RushHeart.
And we all hope to see you on the next episode. Happy gaming, everybody!